All right, and here we are again for episode 2 of the Seemingly Unknown podcast, SUP for short, if you will. How are you? Welcome back. The truth is, we tried to record an episode yesterday, and we did everything but record it, and that's my fault.
Perfect.
That's my fault.
But let's just. I'm surprised we made it even to the second episode. If people have even listened to the first one,
I'm shocked that we made it into the second episode. No one's listened to the first one yet. Technically, while we're recording this, no one still heard it. So
could be a big waste of time.
It's the weekend.
I don't think anyone actually will hear the first episode. It's too
maybe not. Today's Valentine's Day. It's today. The day we're recording this is Valentine's Day. It's snowing outside here. John, what did you do last night?
Yes, what did you do?
After we did a mock trial recording of episode 2, I kind of went off the rails a little bit.
I would say that.
You could say that.
I drank some wine, sang some songs. I sang some Smith Myers
amongst every other song you sang.
Anything and everything.
Yeah, it was just fun. Last time I did that was back in last March, the onset of COVID, and I got to the point where I was like, the longest I did it was 9.5 straight hours. So it's like
you did it like all through the summer, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just get antagonized. Like, yeah, I guess I'll do it. And then you can never do that with one drink.
Yeah.
So,
really twisting your arm on that one.
Well, it started out. I remember the first time he did it. It started out with 1 hour, and then like the next weekend, it was only on the weekends too. He would go 2 hours. It was like he was working a real job. It was like go 2 hours on the weekend, and the next week go 3. And then like it started becoming this thing. And then he's like wearing like furs and
dressing up.
Oh, just completely insane. So, which that's the thing. I'll be honest. I'm okay with your office being the background for this. I like the other room better for the John live streams.
There's more to look at in there. Yeah. Also, my liver died too. So that's why I stopped.
R.I.P. to John's liver. By the way, so I got on there last night, and there's a screenshot that one of our mutual friends grabbed of you going like this, like screaming, and then Avery screaming together, and they're both making the same exact face.
Your kids look just like little baby He-Mans, like Prince Adam.
Oh, yeah.
Their hair is like Ken doll hair.
They don't have bangs, but yeah.
Was this before or after you said you were going to shoot his kid?
Probably laser tag.
I'm sorry. Let's preface this.
Laser tag. Yeah. Let's not get John in any trouble here. Yeah, it was laser tag. So anyway, I was proud of you for going as hard as you did last night. I thought that was kind of amazing that you did that. Also, anytime I move my mic in front of my face, my camera gets blurry and then it comes back. It's very, very strange. But so last night, if you don't follow John on Instagram here, we'll put that JR. I'll put it right in there. John Silverspear. It's great on the weekends when he does it. The problem is like he'll do it and then like I'll jump in and then fans will start asking me weird stuff and it's like I want to then I jump in with him. And what I forget is people when I jump into the live on Instagram, my people come in. And I'm like, oh no, they're watching the person.
This is Preacher.
His literally only job is to protect us. Just get it out of his mind.
There were some family members who probably you're not going to be on their Christmas card list moving forward after last night.
Probably, which is pretty great. Anyway,
Zach, what did you text me you told me you had to tell me an insane story. What happened yesterday when you went out to lunch? Okay,
so yesterday when I went out to lunch, with my family, I have my family in the car, which curbs my road rage as much as it can possibly be curbed.
Same, me too, man.
Yeah, when you have your kid in the car, you got to chill on the road rage, right? So go out.
This is your Tennessee family, though.
This is the Tennessee family.
Okay, gotcha.
Which are one and the same. One is just wears more clothes than the other. They're the same.
Okay.
So we go out, and I'm at the light. And I'm leaning back. The light's red. I'm leaning back to tell Avery something. I think he was yelling at his mom or something. I was like, hey, don't do that. Light turns green. You get the honk immediately. And I'm like, first off, can we get rid of the honk immediately? Like,
give it a couple
got different
seconds.
Cars. Everybody's got different cars, whatever. So get the honk. Keep going. The person kind of gets alongside me like they're going to pass me and then don't. It's a 2-lane, like 2-lane on this side, median, 2 lanes, like a residential road. So keep going, get behind the next stoplight. They're behind me again. I'm like, they could have just gotten beside me if they were worried about me not going. So I do the thing we always do. I'm checking my phone while we're at the light. Light turns green. I wasn't paying attention, like a douche, and I get the immediate honk again. I'm like getting annoyed by the immediate honk at this point. So start driving. The lady does end up getting next to me in her very Germantown Range Rover that she's in. And her dog, her dumb little dog. First off, if any dog can be on your lap and you can still see, it's a dumb dog. Dumb dog. That's my opinion. And you're dumb for having the dog on your lap, but has the dog on her lap driving. So what I was texting you about was, can we please chat about the dog on the lap thing? Because I think that is like that is the same as a DWI, same as a DUI. Yeah. Like, you cannot drive with a dog on your lap. People come down so much on people texting and driving, which you shouldn't do. I don't do it, especially with my kids in the car. The dog on the lap is such bullshit. That is like, what? How are you? You got this little thing in your face, breathing this little dumbass little breath all in your head.
It equals out to texting and driving. Like, you don't know what that dog's going to do. I think John even asked, like, was it the dog that was honking at you?
No, it wasn't the dog.
Now, you also, what's your take on therapy dog versus service dog? Like, you don't know, maybe this dog was texting for the owner.
First off, therapy dog and or service dog should not be on your lap while you're driving. Now, to touch on what you're talking about, I think service dogs should be allowed anywhere in any building ever, unless it's like, like I understand, like maybe it's like a hospital, like surgery room or something, you know what I mean? Something where that has to be very clean and very sustained.
Sterile. Yep.
But to me, the service dog should be allowed anywhere. They provide a service, whether you're blind, whether you were in the military of some sort, have PTSD, whether you have PTSD from trauma, from anything. That's a welcomed thing, and I think that's across the board, right?
Yep.
Therapy dogs, I believe that should be a case by case basis. Do you guys understand what I'm saying about that?
No, absolutely. Yes. It is. It's got to be a case by case.
If we're like, oh, I'm sad my mom moved away to Orlando, I need this therapy dog on the plane. I hate you.
You're assuming it's a dog or cat.
You're the worst.
People have therapy dog or horses, peacocks, snakes. Like,
somebody tried to bring a peacock on a plane one time.
Stop.
That's a true story.
Yeah, true story. Yeah,
true story.
100%.
A turkey. Remember the turkey?
Yep.
The turkey lady.
What flights are you guys taking?
We fly Southwest.
Where are you going?
We fly Southwest, bro. We keep it. We Spirit Airlines.
I mean, hey, two bags free. I fully support it.
Listen, here's the thing. I think a therapy dog should be a case by case basis. But like this, there's like so many bullshit therapy animals out there that are like they're for no reason. If you listen, a service dog again provides a service. If you need a therapy dog and you need it for a certain reason, that's fine. I just personally think the therapy thing is like, like everything else, it gets abused, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Like, I think it 100% gets abused. Like, to me, people can go, oh, well, my boyfriend broke up with me. I need this therapy dog. Like, okay, well, you know what? Stop being a little bitch. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would say
the next question arises, like, I put that hand in hand with texting and eating in your car, right?
100%. I'm dying.
You're dying. You're dead now because you're that.
There are people that try to eat a Big Mac or Whopper with one hand, with a knee on the wheel, smoking a cigarette.
Those people.
Cannibals.
Dude,
I am so impressed by that.
It's impressive. I can't eat and drive. It's like not in my wheelhouse. I can't do it. I have a car that will drive for me, and I still won't eat and drive. But it's, I've seen this person before, phone, literally shoving their face.
Monster.
Like, work. Like a monster, dude. Just a gargoyle. Doesn't deserve, needs their license taken away. Just such a creature. And those people are the worst. And to me, I feel like the karma for those people never comes. It never comes.
Unfortunately not.
You never see that mongoloid driving, eating a burrito from Taco Bell on the phone, laptop, dog, pets, whatever the hell is going on in the car. At the same time, like the cops never see those people, but you can be changing your turning wheel iPod and they're like, I'm like,
ticket.
Come on, dude. Immediate ticket.
Were you just going to reference Pet Cemetery?
No, I wasn't going to reference Pet Cemetery. I like your Halloween shirt.
Because that is the most frightening. If we're talking about pets that come back from the dead through a seance, I mean,
why would we be talking about that?
I was assuming you want that person who's driving like a lunatic, goddamn psychopath to crash. So if they do crash, that animal's going to die too.
No, that's not what I said.
I love the segue going from that to that.
I just want him to get pulled over. I think.
Got you.
To me, like driving karma, I never. Maybe it's just me. Like, or I'm sure there's other people too that feel the same way as I do. But I feel like I never get to see driving karma. Like, when the guy like on like a 40 mile an hour like residential zone blares by you going 90, and you're like, why was the cop? There's a cop always right there,
just to get up at the next red light.
Yeah, and the cop's always right there, and he's just never there. Anytime,
right.
It's like I never like. To me, I wish I got to experience karma like that. It happened to me one time. I was in. Do you remember Heelys? You know what Heelys are?
Oh yes.
You don't know?
Now, real quick. Did Heelys and soaps come out at the same time?
What are soaps? I don't know what that is.
Soaps were the shoes that had like for the rollerblade kids that had like the concave on the bottom where you could like jump up and hit a rail.
But they didn't have wheels on them. You could just walk and hit a rail.
You just walk up and hit a rail.
What's that called when people like just run up walls and shit?
Parkour.
It starts with parkour.
Parkour.
Okay, so
Heelys. Go ahead.
I don't remember those. So anyway, Heelys. I'm still shocked at John's face when we said Heelys, and he's like,
I don't.
Well, Heelys shoes, they look like Vans or Etnies or like DC shoes. They look like skateboard shoes, kind of real padded shoes, but they had like a one like wide skateboard wheel in the middle towards the back of the shoe, and you could just run and then haul off and like lean back. Which, by the way, skateboarded my whole life, rollerbladed my whole life. I would bust my ass on those things.
Josh from Badflower has them, right?
Josh from Badflower has them, and I think I might have busted him out. I think he may have like a signature Heeley coming out.
That'd be badass.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but whatever. I just did. So.
Well, breaking news: the Seemingly Unknown podcast has a new line of Pogs coming out.
Pogs, like yeah, we're gonna do Pogs. That's gonna be in the merch.
That's gonna be a part of that. Yeah, for sure.
We gotta do Pogs.
So get your slammers, bitches.
One of the slammers is gonna be a lady just on the phone eating in their car with a
Whopper. Yeah,
yeah, 100%. Okay, so anyway, back to my karma story. The one time I got to see it, I was in a mall. I don't know if we were on tour or not, but it was around Christmas time, and there was a kid, probably 12, 13, just a complete creature of a kid.
Already a dickhead age.
You're already at the most dickhead age that you can be, right?
People don't like you.
People, yeah, especially your parents.
Yes.
So he's just like weaving. This is like, say whatever, December 10th. He's like weaving through traffic in these things, like almost bumps like this old lady. And I'm like, dude, listen, God, I'm saying a little prayer to myself right now.
Please strike him down.
God, if you love me, I never get to see the car karma. I never get to see the automobile karma where someone either like hits a curb or gets pulled over for going 80 in a 30. If you love me at all, but before I could even finish talking to my dear Lord and Savior, he said, I love you very much. And this kid, I don't know what he hit, but he hit something. And he went, just ass over tea kettle into one of those big fake tree planters. Just mouth and chin first. I dropped to my knees and the heavens opened. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I almost cried. It was this kid just like blood. I was like, oh yeah, good. I love this.
Everything that needed to happen happened.
He deserved it. He deserved every ounce of it. And listen, I hope that kid grow up to be a very nice kid. But at the time, he 100% deserved it. I don't care what you think about me. I'm a great parent. I don't care what anyone says about me. That was that needed to happen.
It's just Josh from Bad Flower.
It was Josh from Bad Flower. He's a lot younger than me. That might have been him.
Damn.
He's still rocking Heelys. He's like, I don't care.
That would have been sick, dude. I need to text him right now and be like, hey, man, was this you? Were you in a mall? Did you ever hit a big fake planter tree on your teeth on Heelys sometime in the 2000s? Okay, so John, you probably didn't get a chance to watch this, but last night I was telling Paul about the true crime, Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel. Did you get a chance to watch this on Netflix?
I am familiar with it. I saw the trailer. Was it 3 or 4 episodes?
It's 4 episodes.
Because I'm into that type of stuff. But I've heard it's kind of boring. You think you are.
John was on a bender last night. Give him a break, okay?
John was on a bender last night, which, by the way, I cannot confirm nor deny that I took video clips, screenshots of you doing that, and they may not. I may send them to JR. We will see.
Day to be alive. Close my eyes. Kobe can eat my asshole.
But I asked Paul to watch this because Kent, our loving Kent, the starter for the merch game, if you will.
Yep, absolutely.
Shinedown.
He is the Babe Ruth of the merch game.
And usually, by the way, 99% of the time, if he recommends a show, great. And the story was great.
Yes.
This girl, Elisa Lamb.
How much are we going to disclose in this to let people watch?
I don't care about spoilers. I don't care about spoilers. If you don't watch, whatever. Whatever. Listen, it's not Star Wars. You know what I mean? So it's like, listen. So here's the deal. This young lady, Alyssa Lam, was found dead. She was from Vancouver, Canada. She had come to America. She was kind of just going around California. Ended up dead. Couldn't find her, right? And so this video comes out of her. She was staying at the Cecil Hotel, which is on Skid Row in Los Angeles, which we've all been to. Very beautiful place.
I love it there. Great sushi.
Great sushi. So this lady, here's the thing, and here's why I don't like this documentary. I believe this young lady deserved way more than this terribly edited documentary. By the way, produced by Brian Grazer and Ron Paul. Not Ron
Okay.
Paul. No. Yeah, Ron. No. Who am I talking about? Who's Opie?
Who?
Ron Paul.
Ron
he
produced that?
Yeah, what's right? Really? None of us know Opie's name now? Ron said Ron White.
Ron Howard.
Ron Howard, not Ron Paul.
Howard.
Ron Paul didn't produce this. It was Ron Howard.
I was gonna say what?
Ron Howard was the producer. It's like, how do you look at the editing? Here was my issues with, and Paul, I would love to hear your issues with this as well. Okay. So they start telling this story, and then like 30 minutes in, they go to some couple in London who stayed there, and then like in the middle of the second episode, they start talking about the manager lady, and they start giving her backstory on her life, like where she came from.
A very short second. It wasn't very long, but yes.
Still, like it was starting to be like, okay, we're literally just trying to create time. Like this shit could have been one episode, easily. This could have easily been 1 hour-and-a-half documentary. No, they had to make 4 one-hour episodes, and then they get to the point where, dude. Here's the thing about they call them web sleuths or whatever, and they just like think they're smarter than cops and coroners.
They're detectives now. Everybody's a detective.
Everybody's a detective. So, the cops do their thing, do the autopsy report, obviously, do the toxicology. Nothing comes back, right? She was found in a water tower above the hotel, which, by the way, would have been the last place I looked too. They looked all over, but there's a video of the girl and she's in an elevator and it's being kind of weird. And but they get to these things so late in the game. That's what bothers me. It's like, you could have just put all this up front. So she's acting really weird and she goes out and she's doing all these hand movements. And then the web sleuths are starting to think that somebody at the LAPD edited the video.
Ooh. Well, they were saying that the hotel staff edited the time because you can't. Now, first of all, who's just realizing this after, I don't know, weeks or months? Oh, yeah, the time lapse is not making sense. How do you not realize that from the get-go? Because that was the first thing I was like, oh, did they just block it out? No, it was just
blurred out. But also, who at that crappy ass hotel is editing video back in the back before they give it to the cops?
Okay, so before we go any further, Zach, do you think because they go on this whole spectrum of was she on medication, bipolar, all this stuff. Do you think it was an accident? I
think it was an accident. I don't think she was murdered. I think she maybe was either off her meds. Apparently she was bipolar and possibly schizophrenic. I definitely thought from watching the elevator video that she was on drugs of some sort because because everyone was like, oh, they were very much like onto this like Sixth Sense type spirituality thing. It was very, very weird. And John, you got to watch it. But I was just like, oh no, this chick's on drugs. This is what drugs look like. So
with that being said, the hotel manager, suspect of doing some shady shit in her life.
Very weird. She was very strange. I didn't love her.
I was not a fan.
It was weird. So anyway, the web sleuths start looking at all these things and basically start like denying the coroner in Los Angeles, one of the biggest counties in the world, denying the coroner of that he's doing his job right. These are just people, this chick works at AutoZone. You know what I mean? Like, who are you?
One guy's a dentist.
Yeah. It's like, dude, these people don't know anything. And then so what happens is they start looking up, they start detectiving. They find this metal kid in a black metal band. Have you gotten to this part yet?
Morbid. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they found this kid, and the kid was staying at the hotel at one point, not even really
a year before she had stayed there.
Dude, this is the problem, right? With the internet. People start blaming this kid for murdering this girl. This kid knew nothing about this case. And they're like, you murdered her, you son of a... I'm like, this is the dumbest... I'm like, I literally told my wife last night, and we were finishing, and I was like, I'm going to throw this remote control at the TV. I was like, this is so annoying. They literally start accusing this kid of murdering someone whom he's never met. He's never even been in the same room as, doesn't even know anything about the case. But because he's a black metal kid, like he's like, he paints his face and like does
suspect. Yeah.
So total suspect guy, but like nothing to do with what was happening. And they start discounting the coroner, these web sleuths. They start, again, the backstory of the lady. They start just like all these weird backstories. By the way, people were drinking the water of the tank that the girl
had been in for like 14 days. Like they're like,
Insane.
we were having plumbing problems and the water was coming out really muggy and we were showering in it and everything. Now, hold on. The one thing that they don't cover, okay? So one of the janitors goes upstairs to the water tower to check it, says that he finds the body, says he opened it and then closed it when he left. Okay. Yep. They don't even go back to cover that. Well, how did she close the lid after it? Well, there was already somebody that was tampering with the lid before the cops got there. You dumbasses.
My biggest, I don't like, a reason I hate reality TV is I don't like creating drama for drama's sake. And like, I feel like that documentary, like that's what that was. I feel like it was so much like, again, I feel like it could have been a 90-minute documentary about this poor girl who died in, very young, 21 years old, this tragic thing. I don't know. I felt, oh, by the way, remember in the Elisa Lamb thing, there was a tuberculosis outbreak, John.
They thought
the test for it was Lamb Elisa is the name, and literally was her name. And they were like, oh, this is a government cover up now. I'm like, oh
yeah. Oh, and then she in the documentary, they talk about her going to buy a book from this bookstore. Then people start dissecting the bookstore.
Start Googling the address.
They're like, the address, the original owner of the bookstore was, it's registered to this burial site. Oh my God.
I really wish John would have seen this because he's just sitting there like a mute.
I feel like I actually feel like I partook in the crime. That's how I've been doing now.
You're involved in it now.
He's doing research right now.
What are you researching it? What's going on over there?
Well, I'm just trying to see what the backstory is here. No, I'm into it though. But not to change subjects, which I'm gonna. This
great segue.
This email just came through, and it's a doozy.
Oh no!
So we got this dry cleaning bill.
What?
What do you mean we?
From
the royal?
I don't have a dry. I've never sent anything dry cleaning.
Well, Paul, you're clear on this.
We haven't toured in a year. What are you talking about?
Now, when I say we, it's because I witnessed this individual named Zach Myers do this, and we were in Louisiana for a promo.
Oh,
yes. Let's hear it.
It was for, I think, Monsters or Get Up or something. And we were at dinner.
Oh, no.
It was for Get Up, actually.
And I'll have Zach kind of describe kind of what he did or how he sucks the juice out of a crawfish or shrimp.
How much is this bill, by the way?
Well, it had to pay for the date, the new shirt, and the star shake. This thing is $55 bill right here.
And the therapy that the guy had to go to because his girlfriend broke up with him.
The guy did have therapy shrimp that Zach ate and left through the juice all over his guy's back. This is the Every time I eat seafood, I think of what Zach did to this band, and it's funny, but it's also disheartening.
It's not one now. Okay. Your comedic timing is impeccable. So John and I were in New Orleans with Brent. We were doing a promo thing. Brent didn't want to go out to dinner, so I wanted some crawfish, and it was out of season, but usually in Louisiana, if you want to find crawfish, you can probably find it. So we couldn't find it. We walked all the way down past Cafe Du Monde. I forgot where we were staying, but closer towards the quarter. And we go to this restaurant that had boiled shrimp, and I was like, I like boiled shrimp. So we go there, sit down, get like 2.5, 3 pounds of boiled shrimp, and it's like head on, the whole deal, right? So, and really good. So we're eating, and we're like, there's not a lot of people in this restaurant. We're here, and there's literally a couple at the table next to us. So why they set us there, I don't really know why. We're getting into it, starting to eat them. I peel one off, and juice, and when I say sprays, I mean just violently sprays on the guy at the table next to us, on all over his back. Like, I'm feeling this. If someone squirts boiling hot shrimp insides and whatever else was in there on me, I'm gonna feel that. I didn't see the guy turn around. I didn't even know what happened. John spotted it. I did it and just started eating the shrimp. And I see John do the John thing where he's like, oh. And I was like, what? What happened? What happened? And he's like, dude, I mean, that's how close they are. We can't talk about it because like they are right next to us.
Oh man.
So I look over and dude, it looks like a paint by numbers on this dude's back. Yeah. I mean, just shrimp entrails, juice, who knows what else is in there. Shrimp semen. I don't know what comes in shrimp.
It was really salty, so possibly.
So I'm like, oh my God. And then once I notice it, he can't stop laughing. And he's like, get up and go to the bathroom laughing. He's like, I got it. He's like, where's the restroom? Has to get up. I'm like, dude, I know this dude had to feel this. I mean, he had to, unless he had like the thickest undershirt on ever. So anyway, he's laughing the whole time. The whole rest of the dinner, can't stop laughing. They get up to leave. The dude doesn't look over at us, doesn't say anything. They get in like a cab or something, just like leave. So John and I start making up these scenarios of like what's going to happen after, like when they get home. And it definitely felt like if it wasn't a first date, it was something close to it. They weren't like deep into like a relationship. You could tell by their conversation. Right.
Yeah, it was. Anytime I see seafood or eat seafood or walk by a seafood restaurant, I just think
never doesn't bring it up.
I can't stop thinking about the guy's shirt you destroyed.
Dude, he's like, dude, every time we can be eating seafood or in a fancy like store that has nice shirts and be like, oh, dude, you should send this to that guy in Louisiana. Like he never doesn't talk about it.
If this guy is by chance listening to our podcast, Zach is gonna buy you a new shirt.
I will buy you a new shirt. Everything. I will 100% buy you a new shirt. I promise I will buy you.
You're such a dick.
Now, Zach,
it wasn't my fault.
Zach, we have tickets to give away, do we not? What's that big tour we got coming with the June Blossoms?
We do have tickets to give away. Coming to, it's actually only coming to the Chameleon Club in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's actually the Triple M tour. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So Triple M tour. It's going to be on February 31st of this year. Madonna. It's the Triple M tour. Madonna, Mystical, and Madball.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that is the concert announcement for today. Tickets are on sale, I believe. Tickets don't go on sale. You just have to go.
Good luck.
You get them at the door, and you got to come around back. There are no doors either, so you just got to go.
It's actually 3 simultaneous stages in the parking lot.
Yes, and that was the fake concert announcement of the day. There you go.
COVID concert announcement. We'll
COVID concert announcement. That's what we're going to start calling the COVID concert announcements. The
COVID concert series
of the week that's what it is.
John, are you doing security for that show or what?
Yeah, me and Mystical are going to run point.
He's going to play and do security?
Yeah, like that story Paul was talking about, his buddy that did the soundboard while singing.
Oh,
I love that story, Paul.
I will trust me. We're gonna get into that.
I tweeted Mystical one time because I noticed that he started following me.
What?
And I said, I go Mystical Shinedown tour, and then all the reply back I said, book it, blood. was my reply for Mystical.
Fuck's sakes.
He started, I don't know why he started. To be fair, I talk about Mystical way more than an adult man should.
I love Mystical. He actually sampled Lady So Divine.
What?
No, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. All right, so yeah. Anyway, and one time we got to play a festival with Mystical, which is pretty great. And we all know festivals that I forget. It was like what was it? It was like I think maybe when we were doing like a second chance, because it was like a pop, like bands that we shouldn't have been on a bill with.
Sure.
And Mystical was on the bill, and I remember like shaking his hand, like he was like driving by like on a golf cart. I was like, "Yo, Mystical, what's up?" And like he played like before us, and we went on. I was like so excited, and then I remember we had to do press right when he went on stage, and I was so bummed out. I was going to drive that golf cart right into the lake. My anger about missing Mystical set.
Is this the golf cart that you left on the freeway, New York State, or which golf cart is this?
What are you trying to just out me about everything I've ever done wrong today?
Well, these are just crime scenes that are running through my head.
Zach Myers is going to catch a lawsuit while we're recording this podcast for sure. He's going to get served with papers.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to know? Like, does my wife need to listen to this episode?
Hold on. A golf cart on an interstate. How does that happen?
How about the golf cart? Do you know about the golf cart keys?
I've heard Kent has told me that you have a slew of golf cart keys to every golf cart you can imagine.
I have a golf cart key to any golf cart that's not custom made. So if it was made by a company, Yamaha, Easy Go, Club Car, golf cart company, like I have a skeleton key to all of these. But just from touring festivals, we did Uproar one time. We had to have a golf cart every day, and every day I'd be like, they'd have like 2 keys on the chain, and be like, I said, I'll take this one. I am going to get sued for this. So anyway, after the shows, usually Paul's never toured with us in the summer. I think that's why. But after the shows, I would go steal golf carts. Not steal, because I had a key. Is it really stealing if you have a key? Borrow. I would borrow. So one night we were in Syracuse, and the night before, our friends in Hanson had played the State Fair, and the next night we were playing the Amphitheater. Well, Isaac had stayed behind to come watch our show the next night. And they shared these like 2 parking lots, right? The biggest parking lots you've ever seen. By far. Okay. So the amphitheater had one, and then there was a bridge, a curvy bridge that went over the interstate, and it would drop you off at the fairgrounds. Well, that's where he got his Uber from. So after the show, I was like, "Hey, I got a golf cart key. I can take you." And he's like, "Okay, cool."
Oh no!
So we go joyriding for a little bit, and then go. By the way, they're never going to let us have. Anytime we ever show up to an amphitheater from now on, all the golf carts are going to be locked up.
Locked up for sure.
After this story, so I take Isaac all the way over. I hope I don't get him in trouble. Oh, he didn't do anything wrong. So I take him all the way over to the New York State Fairgrounds, drop him off, make sure his Uber gets there for him, because I'm a damn gentleman. And then I start driving back. John, at this point, when John gets the band on the bus, John goes to bed. John's job's done. He's got the band on the bus. Everybody's safe.
Well, you're a dick for jeopardizing his job.
Yeah, I always sneak out. So I snuck out and did this. I called John because the golf cart I was in ran out of gas over the interstate in Syracuse on this thing. So John's got to go find somebody from the venue who most people are gone. And so he has to get another golf cart, come get me, and like tow me.
Oh, you're such a dick.
Basically tow me back to that same place. And then, so finally get back a year later, we're at the same amphitheater, the exact same amphitheater. Me and Josh get a golf cart. And we have an unnamed person from Live Nation with us, who I will not name, because he has a very good job at Live Nation. But he decided to come with us, so we're joyriding. We go over to the New York State Fairgrounds because it was actually going on at this time. Start going down slides. Can't turn on any of the rides, but we start going.
Sure.
Got kicked out of the New York State Fairgrounds in 30 seconds flat. Like, it was very fast. They did not like our kind in there. So anyway, get on the golf cart, start going back. Well, there's this back part to this Syracuse amphitheater. It's like, total Dateline. It goes on forever. You could hide as many bodies as you want back there. Well, there's a dock that I'm like, oh, this is wide enough for the golf cart, because I'm an idiot.
Now, keep in mind, it's a dock, so it has an end.
It has an end point that's like chained to like where they have poles in the ground, in the dirt where that is, and then poles on here, and they're chained together. So they kind of, it's like a makeshift dock or whatever. So we go. I'm like, oh, this is wide enough for the golf cart. Go down, realize we're not going to be able to turn around. So there's a 2 wide planks at the end. So I start turning around. The dude from Live Nation's like, yo, man, I'm going to get fired. I'm like, no, man, I got us. I got us. We're not going to put this golf cart in the lake. I hope. So I do like this Austin Powers, like 98 point turn. Like, Justin can put that in there. And then you basically see me like kind of go to the end. So I kind of start ramming it towards the end. I'm like, oh, we're good. We're straight now. I'm keeping it straight, keeping it between the lines. Hit the dock thing. The dock almost separates from the thing. So our back wheels almost went into the water. It was the
slow motion jump over
just the scariest thing I've ever done. And I could have gotten a Live Nation rep fired, and I didn't. But me and Josh had fun anyway. It was a beautiful.
That's all that matters.
All that matters, dude. You had fun.
It's your world. We're just living in it.
I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't hurt any equipment. We're all good. Everybody's safe, baby. And the golf cart tour will continue as soon as we can play shows ever again, if we ever can.
John, what are you doing over there?
What is happening? Yeah, what are you doing?
John has a lot of computer malfunctions.
He's got a Words with Friends game. Oh, yeah. John could not get his computer working, by the way, on here. He's got a Dell Inspiron from 1999 that he was trying to download. We couldn't get him to make it work at all.
Oregon Trail's still taking up a lot of space.
I'm trying to figure out how to play this Minesweeper. It's really tough, dude. Like, do we go for the higher numbers or like the single digits?
This guy's got the original Doom going on.
He's got 3 podcasts, but doesn't have a computer that operates.
That's how efficient I am.
That's great. Paul, what do you got for us today?
Oh, boy. I don't know if you guys are going to be ready for the news that I have today.
Paul reads the news.
Yeah.
Let's go with the shorter one. I'm going to go with the shorter one first.
All right.
And then, oh, God. Now, we're going to tie back into the other podcast. Tom Brady and the Bucks won the Super Bowl. Congratulations. Yeah. Now, does anybody know how long they get the trophy for? Do they get that trophy? That is their trophy, Lombardi trophy?
I assume so, right?
Okay, so
they stay in the because I've been to Green Bay.
Yeah.
So I'm all in there.
You get to have that's your trophy, right?
It's your trophy.
You get to do whatever the fuck you want. Everybody gets to have it for a day and a night, whatever.
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, it's your trophy. I mean, there's probably things you shouldn't do with it.
All right.
Murder, sure, and multiple things.
Fisting, whatever.
Just doing lines off the top of the ball.
Like people have done that for sure.
But other than that, you pass it around. Literally pass it around, right?
Why do you have a baseball in your hand?
I was just, I don't know.
What just happened? You're a psychopath.
That's your Bob
I'm just
Hope
getting ready to throw it. Yeah, absolutely.
Bob Dole.
So you get to do whatever the hell you want with it. The biggest
in the regions of the law.
Sure. Throwing it is at your own discretion. Tom Brady, I think everybody has seen it. Tom Brady threw the Lombardi trophy from one boat to another boat.
Yeah.
The daughter of the blacksmith who created the Lombardi trophy wants Tom Brady to apologize for throwing said Lombardi trophy.
Well, fuck her. How about that?
Why? What? Why?
First off,
for what?
I get annoyed by people like being like, oh, the cousin of so and so. Like, who gives a shit?
Who cares?
Did the guy care?
Probably. He's probably not around anymore, but he probably wouldn't care.
So her dad created the original
Lombardi trophy.
Okay,
and so now she thinks there should be an apology in place for him. This guy's hurling the Lombardi trophy. He's got 7 of them.
So many Lombardi trophies. They could be hood ornaments on his damn cars. Who cares? Why does that upset you? What?
Because it's cancel. Anybody could be upset over anything.
Here's the thing. Cancel culture is okay for people who need to be held accountable for bad things that they've done.
But you're talking about Tom Brady.
Talking about a drunk greatest quarterback of all time throwing his trophy that he just won. He won it. It's his.
Fair. Yep.
To another one of his people on the boat. Now, could it have hit somebody on the boat? Sure, but it didn't. That's so stupid. I hate that lady. I don't know her, but I hate her.
Like, John, what do you think?
I think it's who cares? The guy's won 7 of them. He's throwing to arguably the greatest tight end of all time. He's not going to drop it. The thing's waterproof. The thing is float proof. He
hurled the shit out of it.
And who cares if it hits someone or if that girl is upset because they're like, who cares? Throw her off the boat. I just need to know
why it bothers her.
It's weird.
It's not your trophy.
He's a bitch. They just want to use the bitch.
He didn't smash it. He didn't shit on it. He didn't. You know what I mean? He tossed it to his teammate in a celebratory manner. She's not getting mad when people are pouring champagne all over it.
My question is, how many did you win, lady?
Probably none. I'm guessing.
It does make you kind of wonder if they do that out in the public with people around there, what actually else is done to this trophy behind closed doors.
Dude, imagine back in the 80s. Imagine back in the imagine the amount of cocaine in the 80s that was done off the Lombardi trophy.
Well, okay, so you probably everybody gets their own Lombardi trophy for that team.
I think like a smaller, maybe like a smaller one.
But the Stanley Cup gets passed around.
The Stanley Cup.
Can you imagine Can you imagine the shit that happens with that thing?
They clean the shit out of that. By the way, so we did the NHL awards with Shinedown in 2009 or 10, and we got to hold it, which was really cool. But there's a guy there. There's a guy. I don't know if he's like the guy everywhere, but he's the guy who carries it around. He wears white gloves. He wipes it off after everyone touches it. Like there's like a dude. Like that's his gig.
What do you think his salary is?
A lot.
He probably makes pretty good money. I'm guessing.
Sign me up.
I've got a good Mark Wahlberg story about the NHL awards, but I'll save it for another day because we're already in the news. We're already in the news.
All right. So the next top story then, and there's going to be a lot. The next top story to the people that don't care. I'm a massive Danzig fan, so I saw this and I knew I had to report it. Okay. I'm going to just tell you the title and you guys let your minds wander for a second. Death Rider in the House of Vampires.
Is Danzig in the movie?
Danzig is the director and creator of a movie where vampires take place in Western times.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yes.
Is Danzig a vampire?
Yes. Danzig's a vampire. I think Eli Roth, Danny Trejo's in there. Like, they're not small names, but
this is based on a true story, though, too, right?
True story.
Right.
I think even some of the I even think some of the Lost Boys do some cameos in it, if I'm not mistaken.
You missed something.
Hold on, dude. Just like I have my brightness on my phone all the way up, and just like Danzig, this trailer's so dark.
You're not going to be able to see it. Like, good luck trying to find out where he is in the movie,
dude. It's like a real movie. I
think it all takes place in one location.
There's Trejo.
All you hear is Trejo in the beginning.
All you hear is Trejo, dude. And he's got vampire teeth. This is the best already. You know what? This reminds me of that time you guys drugged me to see that movie that I thought I was going to hate and I actually kind of liked.
Hell House.
Hell House was so good.
Hell House was really good.
Better than any Halloween movie for sure, right, John?
Oh, at least
you guys are idiots.
Hellfest.
Hellfest, yeah.
Classic.
It was way better.
It's up there with the
Danzig's girlfriend's in here. I know her. I used to know her anyway. His girlfriend's in it, of course.
Can we get them on the podcast? Can we get Danzig and or his girlfriend on here?
He won't. Danzig won't jump on here.
Danzig won't jump on here, dude. We won't be able to see the movie. We'd just be in the dark, dude.
It's just him in a coffin, just doing the entire interview.
All you hear is like 80 cats running around.
So, which I love. So, real quick, I got to tour with Danzig. You guys are both going to enjoy.
You have a Danzig story?
Oh, I've got plenty, but I'm going to give you my favorite one.
I love Danzig stories.
I'm on tour with Winds of Plague at the time, and this is like the Blackest of the Black tour. And we are at the Electric Factory in Philadelphia. You guys have both been there?
Yep.
Yes.
So you guys know that the monitor board is up off of stage right.
Yep.
Stage right? Yes.
That's like
okay. So got a little landing. Yep. So Danzig comes on and he's getting crazy feedback, and he doesn't have his own monitor engineer, which is insane, but he's telling the monitor guy, hey, turn this up, turn this down, whatever he needs to do. Guy's not doing it. Second song, still happening. Danzig goes over, grabs a security guard, goes over.
His security guard?
Yeah, he has his own personal security.
Yeah, after that came out before, you got to have your own security guard.
So he walks up there, grabs the monitor engineer, throws him out down physically? Like 2 or 3. Yes, physically throws him out himself.
Danzig down
yes, I swear to God.
Danzig's like 4'11".
The dude's yoked. Okay?
Oh, he's yoked. He's jacked up.
Take nothing away from him.
Yeah.
So grabs his security guard's flashlight, starts messing with everything on the board, walks back down.
No feedback.
It's sounds incredible. We're all watching this. We're like, holy shit. So I have to go settle with the GM for our guarantee and everything. And I'm like, I hear him on the phone with the cops. My monitor engineer was just assaulted. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so bad. It's going to be good. So Danzig's getting ready to come off stage. I'm standing in that back long hallway right when you walk off stage. And I'm like, I have to be there when he gets off stage. Gets off stage. Two cops are standing there with the GM, and Danzig walks by unfazed. They say nothing to him, walks by, gets in his car, goes to his hotel. Did nothing. Just goes to show Danzig is still.
What happened was the cops were like, the cops were like, hold on, that little guy is the guy that threw you down.
He's not a threat.
Like that guy's not, or he just walked by and just kind of looked at the cops and like just entranced them with his Danzig eyes. And just like, yeah, we can't arrest this.
Touring with Danzig is just nothing more.
I want to tour with Danzig, dude.
Do you think
Shinedown, Danzig, and Rebecca Black?
I'll do that tour for free.
Do you think the cops thought he was a vampire? That's why they didn't do anything.
Yeah, they didn't have garlic handcuffs. They were like, we can't do this.
We can't
arrest this guy. We can't arrest this guy. We don't have garlic handcuffs.
I'm pretty sure that Danzig to this day still watches wrestling, like WWE, because he's a big wrestling fan. But I'm pretty sure if he had a show, he'd watch it, either record it and watch it before or after.
He would if there was nothing, wrestling, like when he got off stage, he would watch it.
Yeah, and then he'd go watch it.
That's badass, though.
Massive respect to
dude. Listen, there's a lot of situations in my life where I'm like, man, I'd love to be able to fly on the wall. I would love to be able to fly on the wall at Danzig's house.
What happens
on a Monday night? And I could be a fly on the wall because all those walls are painted black. So
you never know.
So I would love to just be a fly on the wall. Like, dude, what does Danzig eat for dinner?
What kind of pajamas does Danzig wear? Does he wear a onesie?
Danzig doesn't wear pajamas.
Yeah.
Danzig doesn't wear pajamas.
I mean,
and if he does, they're fucking Danzig pajamas.
Yeah.
He actually might take his flesh off.
You know what's crazy is my main go to bed shirt. I mean, you've seen me wear it a bunch. The sleeveless Danzig shirt that I always wear is like my favorite. I wear that to bed all the time.
Does he sleep like a bat, hanging upside down?
Dude, I got one of my really good friends who I can't name because she's one of my best girlfriends. Danzig used to always text her and stuff, and then the one time he saw her backstage, and I'm paraphrasing, but no. I'm pretty sure he said, "Come and sit on Danzig's lap."
Third person.
First person, third person. Third. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what I'll ask her to confirm, but I'm pretty sure that he was like, "Come sit on Danzig's lap," and then he tried to bite the side of her face or something.
He's a vampire.
He's 100% a vampire, but he's awesome.
I love Danzig.
He did get knocked out on video, though. That's a true story.
By my buddy Danny Northside, who lives here in Phoenix. Respect to the Northside Kings.
All my respect to the Northside Kings. That's a guy I would not want to be punched by. The video quality of that video is so bad, but it's like, dude, that guy getting punched. Oh,
you see everything you need to see in that video.
Dude, what if there's a video of the guy from Trapped getting punched?
That needs to happen if it hasn't already.
It almost happened. There's a video on YouTube you can find where it's him talking he was talking a bunch of smack to a local band because they were giving him a bunch of grief about their merch table. Trapped wasn't not Trapped. The guys in Trapped are really nice. Him particularly,
sure,
was giving a bunch of a local band a bunch of grief about not their merch.
I know one person that got in on attacking this Trapped dude is Ice-T. Yeah. I think that needs to be the next celebrity fight. Ice-T versus dude from Trapped.
All right, so listen, Rough and Rowdy.
Yep.
Ice-T versus Chris Brown. That could be the main event. Chris Brown from Trapped. That's his name.
Is that?
His name's
I thought I was just gonna say.
No, you thought it was Rihanna, Chris Brown. No,
I was that'd be a good fight
though, too, dude. I would watch that fight. Yo, so I almost had a Freudian slip that would have cost me my career, and thank God. I'll tell you when we're done recording. So, Ice-T versus Chris Brown from Trapped, and then the co-headline fight is our very own John Guarnieri versus Janetti.
You know what, man?
Money.
When we started talking about that, I was kind of like, man, I don't want to fight this guy. I mean, here's the thing. I will fight him.
Okay.
I have no problem doing it, but I grew up watching and loving this guy, and I feel bad for him because he's got to do some crazy shit. So maybe an ass whooping from me to him is like a hey, wake up, dude! You can still climb the turnbuckle. Let's go, big dog.
No. Here's the thing: would you want it to be a boxing match or like a wrestling match? Boxing. It's got to be boxing. I think
it's got to be
boxing. It's got to be real.
Right, because I don't know. I can't. I live in a real world where actual moves can hurt, kill people. Yeah. I can't be coordinated with clotheslines. Like I don't know how to do that.
I have a question.
What do you got?
When you were doing your tenure as a Secret Service agent, did you ever think that in about 10 years from then you would be discussing farting?
What?
Fighting
on Marty Jannetty.
Farting on Marty Jannetty.
What the?
But also fighting.
But also fighting Marty Jannetty in the ring at a Rough and Rowdy, which we still got to get in touch with Dave Portnoy, but yeah.
I honestly, it's always been the back of my mind.
As a kid, he sees him get thrown through the glass at the barbershop. He's like, I'd fight him.
Dude, 100%.
He went to a live event one time and tried to shake Marty Jannetty's hand, and Marty Jannetty just stiffed him, dude. And he's like thinking about it the whole time. This was his plan the whole time.
Whole time, yeah.
I've actually been writing out promos on notepads and just trying to figure out how I can put some really killer promos together because I am going to call him out.
I cannot wait to hear these.
Does he have social media? Do we know?
He's on Twitter. I tried treating him from our sup.
I'm going to tweet him.
See me there.
Yeah, let's get him going. Yeah,
I'm going to tweet him. I got to see this.
Yeah,
we have to do this. Paul, do you have any more news?
No, that's it. I mean, let's go back. For anybody who has been living under a rock and doesn't know anything wrestling related, Marty Jannetty, one half of the greatest tag team, the Rockers, that is who we're does not have a career anymore. But we're going to try and revamp that and bring that back.
That's up for debate, I think.
He's got a career, but it's probably not in wrestling.
He shared some insane stories. Like if you could take anything from the pandemic or COVID shutdowns, I'm going to always remember the story that came out about Marty Jannetty and what he did to someone to try assaulting him.
Google
and
it.
It's
just listen. Just Google Marty Jannetty and then click that little tab that says news, and then you will go on a roller coaster ride of insanity.
Yeah. Other than that, I'd have no more. That's all the news I need in my life.
I mean, listen, what do we got? We got the daughter of the person who created something great chiming in about Tom Brady just tossing it to a teammate. The dumbest thing I've ever heard. She's never complained. She's probably a Chiefs fan. That's probably what it is. Complaining about, you know what I mean? So it's like that. I don't care about the Danzig movie though. I am so interested in. I'm very interested in that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and watch it as soon as it comes out.
I gotta see that. So anyway, this has been episode 2 of the Seemingly Unknown podcast. We did it 2 episodes in, even though no one's seen the first one and we haven't gotten canned yet.
This might be our last, so it's been real.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we still don't. John, will Chop Fit sponsor us? Do you think?
Yeah, if you just have to present a reason why they should and what they could do, whatever.
No reason why they should.
I don't have the body to be a Chop Fit guy. You
no
do.
Reason why anyone should sponsor us? 3 goons just talking about nothing all day. I don't.
I mean, we should really go for a wine. We should go for a wine sponsor. I think
you would love that.
Damage. I think you did enough damage to yourself with wine last night, personally.
5, 4. Now get out of here.
I think you're good for a while.
Maybe a Zippo lighter sponsorship.
Yeah, we could get that for sure. You could set yourself on fire next time you're singing. Singing "Throwing Copper" by Live naked in a room into a wine bottle.
We should do a hair versus fire match. Me and Marty Jannetty.
Dude.
Oh
my God.
Hey, it's been real, everybody. This is probably the last episode for sure.
Dude, listen, dude. We have to make this fight happen for charity or otherwise.
I think it'd be a cool kind of for sure.
It has to.
Secret Service versus Marty Jannetty.
Dude,
I think it's a better fight than that Jose Canseco thing. That guy did
that's garbage. We already talked about that. It's garbage. He threw the fight.
Trash.
He threw the fight. It was such garbage, and he got paid so much money, man.
Ice-T versus Chris Brown.
I see Chris Brown from Trapped. That's the headliner.
Yeah.
John versus Marty Jannetty.
Yep.
Paul's actually going to fight Sanjay.
Perfect. This is great.
Mexicans versus Indians, and just kind of would do like this cultural warfare.
Yeah.
Danny Trejo's guest referee.
Danny Trejo will be the guest referee.
Listen, he's Hispanic. He's. I'll slip him a 20. We'll call it a day.
Yeah, he's gonna go for Paul, dude. That's not gonna work out good.
Done.
That's the fight, though. It has to be the fight. Anyway, back from Paul, from John, from myself. Thank you for tuning into the second episode of the Seemingly Unknown podcast. We will be back next week. We will see you then. If you want to send us advice that you would like, if you would like us to help you with whatever situations you have going on in your life, look at these three faces. Who else better to help you with anything that you're going through than three complete creatures who shouldn't be giving advice to anyone about anything. So do that. We're going to work on the Patreon more, right, John?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're working on that now. And we will see you back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you for tuning in to the Seemingly Unknown podcast, and we'll see you then.
Later.